The Washington Commanders have the ability to make a deep playoff run. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Abdullah coming at you with another video for the channel. And in today, guys, I'm here talking about the Commanders. 3 games left. They are now 9-5, and they have an 89% chance of making the playoffs. Before I get into this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And let's get straight to the video. Man, if you really told me before the season, training camp, that the Commanders would be 9-5 at some point in the season, I'd actually think you'd be crazy. I think you'd be delusional. But here we are, Adam Peters, Dan Quinn and company. There's a culture in Washington winning. And right now, staring at looking at the stats right now, with 3 games left in the season, the Commanders have an 89% chance of making the playoffs. For front office, coaching culture, and quarterback make a huge difference. This was just 1 year without Ron Rivera, Dan Snyder, and all those henchmen from the Dan Snyder era. They're all gone. Just after 1 year, just like that, it can from 4-13 to 9-5. I mean, what a time to be alive as a Commanders fan. And now looking at it, with 3 games left, you got Philly coming up, and you got Atlanta, and then the last home game against, or sorry, yeah, traveling to Dallas is the last game. They have the Commanders right now have a less than 1% chance of winning the division, that NFC East, and probably go to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, and now Super Bowl odds are at 5%. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm looking at the path to the Commanders clinching a playoff spot next week. Beat Philly, it's going to be tough. Atlanta loses tonight or next week against the Giants. Either the Rams lose at the Jets or Seattle loses to Minnesota. Other than Seattle losing the rest of this, other than Seattle losing the rest of this seems unlikely to me. The Seattle loss, a combination of one Washington win and one Atlanta loss in the next 3 games, will clinch a spot. They play each other in 2 weeks, Washington and Atlanta. That's going to be a huge, huge game. But man, this the title of the video, you see the thumbnail. They have the chance to make a deep playoff run. One thing that separates regular season teams and playoff teams is injuries. And right now, the injury bug really hasn't hit that much in Washington. Knocking on wood here, but outside of like guys the likes of Noah Brown recently, Austin Eckler, there really hasn't been anyone that's been out for the rest of the year. Potentially John Allen could come back within these next 3 weeks before the playoffs start, and that would be huge. And that also goes to the coaching staff, the conditioning and health. Again, you prepare your guys, and when they're not injured, there's got to be some correlation. You got to give kudos to the staff. Dan Quinn and his crew have done a great job with that. But right now, the Commanders are the 7th seed. Obviously, it would be nice to get that 6th seed to play Seattle or Los Angeles, whoever wins that division. Because right now, staring at the 7th seed, you play Philly and Detroit. Now, Detroit, a big reason why I'm talking about the injury bug and how the Commanders have the ability to make a deep playoff run. They just lost David Montgomery out for the year. Aiden Hutchinson, there's a chance that he might come back, but I think it's very slim. I think they also lost another linebacker. So right now, the injury bug, it's hidden in Detroit right now. And they lost yesterday to the Bills, and that was a crazy shootout game. Philadelphia, I think, is really the only threat in the NFC now. Now that I saw that David Montgomery injury, I think they're right now favored to win the NFC. AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts, I mean that defense, Quinton Mitchell, they're flying around. Nick Sirianni have them boys playing. Although Nick Sirianni, I'm still not a big fan of him because of his antics and fighting fans or his own players, but that's a whole different discussion for another day. Outside of those two teams, man, I mean, Green Bay, okay. I mean, Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, they have those boys playing, but I think we can beat Seattle in Seattle. The Rams, though, they have a nice, really good offense, but I think if we get Noah Brown back and you add additions like KJ Osborne, now you have Marshawn Lattimore on this team who wasn't targeted at all against the Saints. Granted, the Saints don't really have a crazy wide receiver core, but again, you have these guys. And hopefully Austin Eckler comes back. A fully healthy Washington team come playoff time. Who knows what could happen? Dan Quinn has had success in the playoffs, coached the Legion of Boom during that Seattle era, took the Falcons to the Super Bowl in 2016. Obviously, don't want to talk about what happened there, but you get what I'm saying. He has the experience there. And I just think come playoff time, it's everyone's record 0-0, no matter the seed, because it's win, you win and you move on. It's not the NBA where you have to play best of seven. It's one game. And for the Commanders, they have the potential to do something they haven't done in 19 years. It's 2024, 2005 to win a playoff game. Last time they won a playoff game in 2005 against the Bucks. I think it was that Sean Taylor game where took it back. But I think the Commanders have a good ability to make a deep playoff run with the health, if they're healthy. Jaden Daniels is playing some top-notch ball. I think that play against the Saints yesterday, where he just lost the ball, found Terry in the end zone. And the thing is, there were times where Terry and Jaden Daniels could have connected way more, maybe 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns. But I don't know if it was the right side of the field. That's not really their forte. It's usually on the left. But again, he's a rookie and he's making these mistakes now, which is good. Making mistakes as a rookie is what we want to see, and hopefully he'll learn from it. But getting Jonathan Allen back would be huge. Dante Fowler being able to put up multiple sacks, Lawrence Armstrong, Frankie Louvu. I mean, again, even though they squeaked out that win in New Orleans, good teams find a way to win games, and bad teams find a way to lose games. And right now, the Commanders are now 9-5, and I truly, truly think if everything plays in their favor, they have the ability to make a deep playoff run. Maybe not NFC Championship. I'd say a most divisional round, but if it really comes into their favor, NFC Championship, it's possible. I know it's I sound delusional right now, but it could happen. It really could happen. And these next 3 weeks, I mean, if we beat Philly, oh shoot, I'm gonna be talking crazy, man. And even if we play Philadelphia in that first round, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a row in a season. So, hey, who knows? And Detroit, I mean, again, the injury bug. It all comes back to that. Hopefully, we get Tyler Biadasz back. I mean, we desperately needed him yesterday against New Orleans. Clearly, the backup center, I keep forgetting his name, just did not look a par. And Noah Brown would be KJ Osborne. This wide receiver core needs to step up. I want to see more targets to Luke McCaffrey and De'Ami Brown. Hopefully the rest won't be against us like the Saints game because that last play where the time to stop running out of all the situations of the game it stopped running there like come on man the refs were against us but hey the Commanders are now 9-5 and playoffs man playoffs talk about playoffs now baby let's get it. With that being said, please make sure to like comment subscribe to the channel. Right now we're at 528 subscribers, so trying to get to 600 before the month of January 2025. That is crazy, man. I'm getting old, man. I really am. That being said, guys, I'm out. Peace. Out of the Commanders.